Just wanted to give you a quick heads up for today. But before that, I'm just going to give a minute to see if whoever's online gets online. Because as you know, I do these things ad hoc. It happens when I get a little ping from spirit to do something live, and then I do it. So just giving a couple of seconds because I'm sure most of you will catch this on the replay anyway. But still, it's nice to acknowledge people who are listening live. So let's get into it. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to get into today was the fact that we actually have a grand cardinal cross. Oh, we have someone here. All right, hello, Nacha. We have a grand cardinal cross that is being activated today throughout the 17th of July. Now, grand cardinal crosses are the kinds of energies that can truly inspire people to push themselves, to excel, to really stand, as leaders in whatever field that they're in. But grand cardinal crosses can also at the same time lead to very significant breakdowns. Breakdowns that might lead to breakthroughs later, or breakdowns that literally just make you feel in pain, vulnerable, and in a shitty place for a long time. So the kind of energy that this particular Grand Cardinal Cross is going to unleash is, as with the nature of Grand Cardinal Crosses, unpredictable. You can't really say what the outcome is going to be because it depends a lot on terms of how you take the energy and what you choose to do with it. Now, just in case you're wondering why the lighting's a little different today, it's broad daylight. I've basically just got direct sunlight coming in. And I've also been experimenting with a different position on my table. But that's not the most important thing today. Just letting you know, because I'm also looking at the differences in the video as I'm talking to you. So the key ingredients of this Grand Cardinal Cross are, of course, the sun. That's a big one. The sun is directly at, and I know this, but I still like pulling up the details before I do anything. It's just a habit. But effectively, the sun is in the sign of Cancer. This aspects Pluto in Capricorn. This is aspecting Eris in Aries. And all of this is being ignited throughout the day through the Libra moon. So if you look at an astrological chart, a Grand Cardinal Cross looks like a square. It's not a square aspect, that's a different thing. It's made up of 4 square aspects. So you think of it like a boxing ring. So the thing with Grand Cardinal Crosses is that you need to look at the lessons that each of the 4 components gives you. Cardinal signs are all about major changes in direction, and they deal with major issues in life. So the sun in Cancer is asking you to look at issues about home, family, your emotions, and what makes you feel grounded and centered in that emotional space. The Libra moon asks you to think about relationships. It asks you to think about the balance of give and take and whatever contracts you have with other people. Eris and Aries, as I have been writing off and speaking of consistently over the past few years, is very much that energy of the rising and awakening feminine, which is a great thing, except Eris does not know the meaning of the word collateral damage. So she goes for overkill. Eris, in a person who is awakened to their own needs and is fulfilling their needs, is someone who can really embody themselves through adversity in a way that actually brings hope rather than chaos. However, Eris, in someone who has not done their inner work, who has not looked at their needs, who is expecting the system to change before they change, can actually lead to people acting out in very violent ways, very chaotic ways, very destabilizing ways, whether it's for themselves or for those around them. So Aries is one of the key uncertainties here. And of course, all of this is tied together by Pluto, the last corner of the Grand Cardinal Cross. And as I'm saying this, there is a bee flying actually it might be a hornet, right by the window. It's like flying right next to the window. I'm like, okay. So the 4th corner is Pluto in Capricorn. And effectively, this is an energy that deals with our connection with questions of career, legacy, our ideas of success, especially as it pertains to the way we, through ancestral and generational lines, have inherited certain ideas of career, legacy, finances, and success. So these 4 areas of life, in a nutshell, relationships, family, career, sense of self, this is what is getting triggered at this time. And it's a huge alignment. Those of you who've been following me for years now know that there were major, major grand cardinal crosses that really hit reality 2014, 2016. And in some sense, this is still far less impactful than what we experienced then. But it's still certainly a day where you want to be aware of the need to look at all of these areas of your life and not to hide away from the lessons that come. Now, a lot of people are going to be very erratic. A lot of people are going to be really just, acting out on whatever anger or resentments they feel. That's their choice. You don't have to be the punching bag for that. If you have to place yourself into a situation where, you have to say something to stop it from merging or escalating into something else, speak your truth. Be as real as you can with who you are. Don't feel the need to overdo it or underdo it. Don't tiptoe with your truth. And at the same time, don't feel the need to go out of your way to deliver it as a punch in someone else's face. Now, this might be funny considering who's coming from, but I've noticed that irrespective of my tone, if someone wants to take, something I say very severely, even if I say it in the kindest way possible, they're going to do that, but that's on them. Insofar as you can, say what you need to say, be who you need to be, do what you need to do, feel what you are truly feeling in a way that is as as drama free as possible. Because the cardinal signs, even though they're very dramatic, you don't need to layer on top of them, more psychodramatic cycles of highs and lows and ins and outs. The universe is already taking care of that for you. So if you are like stuck at something, if you do feel like this is the precipice of a very big time to make a decision, that's right. That's perfectly fine. And sometimes for some of you, the best thing to do would be to sit down and to feel through the energy of uncertainty and what it is leading you to do or leading you to feel. And for others, it will be basically saying, nope, I got to take the leap. Just be sure that that impulse is not coming from ego, is not coming from anxiety, is not coming from worry. Make sure that that impulse, whatever it is coming from a space that, it's like it's clear, like, when you strike a bell in a particular way and it resonates, and there's a truth and a purity to it, that's the part of self that you want to be connected with at this time. Because the feminine, if you honor her in the appropriate way, in her appropriate place, she doesn't need to rage. She doesn't need to chop things down. I mean, to be honest, the feminine as an archetype, which is in all beings and all things, animate and inanimate. This ain't about sexual or gender identifications and biologies. The feminine as an energy is deeply nurturing, but it will kill and it will cut when it needs to. But it's not an energy which you should encourage as the only means to create change. But to find a more peaceful path of transformation, that peace has to be found within first. Okay. I'm looking at what's going on. But effectively, that's what I wanted to say with respect to this Grand Cardinal Cross. And as long as you are aware that this is happening, if someone in your environment is acting in a very weird way, and you're like, what the heck is wrong with you? You know what's being triggered in them. If you can help them hold a space where they can find themselves without you taking unnecessary damage, great. Otherwise, say, all right, I've got to tend to my stuff now. There's stuff going on here. Maybe we'll talk another time. Be compassionate with yourself and with other people. Compassion does not mean being a projection screen or a dumping ground. And as I was saying, that bee hornet thing, whatever, just flew away. So I've delivered the message I needed to deliver. Anyway, so literally, I've been getting like birds coming to the window. One particular bird keeps coming and knocking to get my attention, and now a bee, and I'm telling my brother, this Snow White shit is happening again. So let's have a look at who's here, having a little bit of time for the people. Hello, Nacha. Hello, Aset. Hello, Dusana. Hello, Maragathawali. Hello, Candy. Hello, Laura. Congratulations. Hello, Letizia. I hope I'm saying it right. Hello, Coyote Prophet. When am I supposed to contact you? What happened? Hello, VB. Laura smiles. VB says, I'm up for transfer of property to the NARC. Well, you know what? In your case, because I'm aware of your case, that might actually be a liberation. Sometimes letting go of something you're holding on to materially may be what you actually need to find emotional freedom, especially when you're dealing with the narcissists. Kim Lyon says, a bird has been knocking at my window as well. What does that mean? They bloody want to be owls in Harry Potter. That's what it means. They're all like, we have a message for you. We have a message for you. Okay, okay, what is it? We have a message for you. I am taking it to mean, pay more attention to the natural. I mean, it depends on each person. Sometimes birds come with specific messages, sometimes. And sometimes they literally are a reminder to say, hey, Spirit's watching. Spirit is watching. What are you doing? Are you looking at us? Are you looking at the natural world? Hi. Yeah. So let's see. Wild Lovely One says, I came on YouTube to watch your last video again, and here you are, Hola from California. I found out Hola, first of all. I found out something very, very interesting about California. I was looking at something completely different. I was looking at the etymology of the star system, and California came up as part of it. Um, and let me see if I can just find it real quick. I think California, one of the things that I read, and I don't know how accurate it is, but one of the things that I read is, okay, hang on. Oh, all of you are coming through today. Okay, okay, hang on. Wait. All right, one of the things that I was looking up is, where did you go? Okay. Sometimes the universe just sends me random ass messages that goes, hey, go look this up. So I'll go look it up. And I was looking at Fornax, which is a constellation that has to do with the furnace. And here we go. One thing that I read is that California, Calida Fornax, is Latin for hot furnace. So I was looking at this and telling my brother, going, they really named it right. Of course, there may be other etymologies, but I just thought it might be interesting for those of you who live there. VB says, however, the narc he's dealing with around, even though he's very much ready to let go since the last 4 months. That is also a game. That is also a way of draining your energy. Just be very clear. There's a concept called gray rock. I think that might benefit you a lot. Let's see. Vivi says, can you please give us some positive message which we can look for, even though it might be small? Well, a positive message is there. I'm glad you asked. Venus is in Leo right now, and she is trined Eris, the rising and awakening feminine. So this is a time where you are very positively guided to do things that, again, help you. I say again, referencing my previous videos, they help you connect with and expand this space within, the space of your heart that loves, that wants to be loved and is able to give love. This is the space of your heart that is ready and very willing to expand with Eris at this time. But this is the thing, for that positive to come through, you have to be uncompromising with yourself. And that also means, in your particular case, Ruby, it also means looking through, what is the heart of that situation that got generated, that put you in where you are right now? Where did that come from? Where were the emotional vulnerabilities that were present there? There's a lot of inner work. But the good news is, as you're doing the inner work, a lot of richness can actually come through. There's no straightforward, everything is going to be fine in this area now. There's only do the work, keep going inside. Whatever treasure you're looking for is already there. And as you find that treasure, as you radiate that treasure, that radiates out and creates ripples of the same. Okay, Dabi says, Dr. B, any advice on how to be more appealing to intelligent spiritual women? Don't try. Don't put on any glamours. Don't pretend to be someone you are not. Be exactly who you are. And if someone is really that intelligent and that spiritual, they will like you for who you are. They might not like you in the capacity that you want them to, though. Maybe they might be taken, or maybe they might look at you and say, hey, you feel like a sibling. It's hard to say. But if you're trying to, attract anybody worth attracting, just be yourself. That's honestly the most important thing. I don't like people who wear a lot of airs. I like people who, but that's me. I like people who are who they are. But at the same time, I also like people who can play that game, but you, at the core of them, you see who, the truth shining within. But ultimately, it comes from that authentic space. But then again, I say this all the time. You know what I'm going to say. Rani Q says, hi, Dr. B, catching you live after so long. Excellent. Queen Luna says, you're amazing, beautiful energy, right on time always. I'm thinking of going to California, lol. Nacha says, I'm in California. Queen Luna says, today was the first time I opened up to my long friend from childhood about the way I receive messages. They were a little freaked out, but accepting too. My heart is so happy and grateful. Oh, that's nice. Laura says, congrats. Very good. Queen says, thank you, Laura. Fantastic. Anyway, so I just wanted to do a quick pop in. Nothing long, nothing convoluted. This energy is in the skies right now. You got to own it. You got to keep to that space of inner authenticity. No pretenses, no ego, just you. You do you, that is loving enough. That's it. Because my belief is, and maybe this is naive, but my belief is the more you are authentically yourself, the more naturally loving you will become. There are very few exceptions to that, but generally speaking, for most people, that is how it goes. But yeah, I would say that's about it. Take care, everybody. Lots of love. Big hugs. All of you Californians, remember that you live literally in a place that may be called hot furnace. Lovely Salma sends hands and heart. Hi, hi. And yeah, I am going to sign off for now. So take care. Many blessings. Ciao, ciao for now. Don't worry if things look like shit on the surface. Sometimes you have got to just dig beneath it to find what is buried within. All right? Bye, bye, bye.